Why meditation alone can never lead to enlightenment. Good morning, my friends. It is I, John, sitting here in this beautifully warm home because outside is very cold, enjoying a beautiful mug of coffee. I love fall mornings. I get to wear big, thick sweaters and sip my coffee and just snuggle into the world. Why meditation alone cannot lead to enlightenment. Meditation is an interesting topic. It's a topic that is overused. And what I mean by that is when you say meditation, some people think it's guided meditation. Some people think it's walking meditation. Some people think it's transcendental meditation. People think it's mantras. Some people think it's literally a walk in the woods. The word meditation is so overused nowadays. But when you look back at simply meditation and what it is, it's a dogma. It's a dogma that comes from various religious or ideological belief. And is it necessary to reach enlightenment? No, it's not. In fact, what's interesting to me is people lean into it, and what I find really interesting is people get angry at me when I talk about meditation this way because they have so invested in it being the pathway to enlightenment. Whereas I have found that stripping all the dogmas away and coming back to myself, I've had what I would consider a broadened awareness, which is what I think enlightenment is. It's an awareness of our greater self. It's the greatest of our awareness of our connection to the universe, to God. And when you think about enlightenment, a lot of people think of it as the light show. Big, booming spiritual experiences. I think of it from using the etymology of the word itself. Enlightenment, to become lighter. To become lighter. To set down all the beliefs of the physical world, to break free of the dogmas and doctrines. I often talk about my meditation. I don't call it meditation, I call it sitting in love. Why? Because meditation has so many meanings that it has no meaning anymore. The word meditation is so convoluted now because of all the various methods and modalities. All I do is I sit down and I exhale. I simply come back to myself without the physical world stimulus. Because the stimulus of the world is coming from belief. And sometimes it's your beliefs, and sometimes it's somebody else's beliefs. I turn on the news and I start hearing things that don't make me feel good. I turn the news off because that's somebody else's belief. When I look at a beautiful thing happening out in nature, or I see a child being kind to somebody else, giving their mother a dandelion because the flower's pretty, those sorts of moments to me are more beautiful and more loving, but they're stripped away of dogma. They're stripped away of method or modality. They're simply purely love. And what I do is I strip away all of those fearful things in the world, and I come back to that feeling of that child giving that dandelion. I come back to that feeling of just being love, which is our very nature. At the bottom of our breath, at the bottom of our breath, when we've let all the fears and anxieties and stresses out, we reach a stillness. And the Bible says, be still and know that I am God, right? And I think I am and God are the same thing, because according to Moses, I am is God's name. So you could actually say, be still and know that I am. Be still and come to know yourself. Come back to that enlightenment without the dogmas, the doctrines, or religions. Meditation itself cannot be the pathway to enlightenment until you believe that you are being enlightened. Because most people drop into the process of meditation or the process of yoga or the process of some other dogmatic ideology. They all work. There's no right or wrong in this. But they only work if you believe they work. Because it is your faith that heals you. It is your faith that makes you be able to make mountains move. Nothing's impossible for you. But it always comes down to your faith, and faith just means belief. I don't mean faith in Jesus. I mean just simply faith. When you pray, believe you shall receive and you shall. Belief and faith are synonymous. And when you look at it from the perspective of what I think, I create. Buddha said, what you think, you become. You create your world. Krishna said, thought by thought, you forge your destiny. Jesus said, as a man thinketh, so is he. Your thoughts are creating the experience. The dogma alone can't get you there. It's the belief in the dogma that could get you there. Now, I don't believe in the dogmas because I believe in stripping everything away. And the reason I believe that is from my very first regression, I was under hypnosis. I said, it's so simple, we have a hard time comprehending it. Dogmas are not simple, they're complex. You have these rote things you have to do to create this certain thing, to get this certain outlook, to get this certain aspect. You have to say this certain mantra. You have to breathe 7 times in and 8 times out, and you have to breathe longer out than in. And it's just complexity. It's just complexity. When I sit in love, I sit down and I just go to that feeling. And I know when I'm in that feeling, I believe that when I'm in the feeling, I have a greater awareness. And when I come to that space of just simply being in that stillness of I am, and understanding that stillness is the path within, it's who I am. The dogmas, the doctrines, the rituals are the paths without. They're the paths outside of ourselves. And one of my early regressions, Yeshua said, when you seek a path, the path is laid before you, but until you turn the path back to yourself, you never find the doorway. The religions, the doctrines, the dogmas, the methods, the modalities, they're just the paths. They all work when you bring that path back to yourself and you believe it worked. So it's a matter of understanding that the method can't get you there. The belief gets you there. And you can believe in something and believe the outcome is happening because of something. But the method or the modality or the technique will not work until you believe it does. Because that is what all of the ancient texts say. And it's also been my life experience. In my life, I have created amazing, incredible things in my life. And it was all because I chose to believe they were happening in the now. And that's the most important lesson you can live. Whatever meditation is to you, be it a ritual, a dogma, whatever, believe it works. And believe it works in the now. And then you'll have the experience that you're hoping that dogma will take you to. Because you've surpassed the dogma and come to the belief. And that's my thought on this. You guys have a great day. And I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.